Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten, and today I'll be discussing driving after a stroke. This presentation will include reasons not to drive after a stroke, reasons to go to a driving specialist before getting behind the wheel of a vehicle, where to go if you're interested in driving therapy, and also other transportation options that are available in the Kansas City area. There are many reasons why people want to get back to driving. Many people may feel lonely, isolated, and even depressed when unable to drive themselves where they want to go. They may not want to rely on others to take them places, leaving them feeling like a burden to friends and family members. Driving often provides someone with a sense of choice, freedom, and self-identity. Lastly, driving is often seen as a perceived necessity to participate in social activities such as visiting friends and family. Driving a vehicle is the most complicated and dangerous activity that people engage in on a regular basis. Driving is also something that you typically do alone, so there isn't someone to provide feedback or help you if the situation arises. Survivors of stroke face multiple changes that occur due to their stroke. Some of these changes may make it difficult to return to driving, such as the physical weakness that can occur on one side of the body. This could make it more difficult for the survivor to get in and out of the vehicle and to operate the vehicle. A loss of sensation in the hands or feet could also make it difficult to feel the steering wheel, gas, and brake pedal. Many vision changes can occur following a stroke as well, which could make it difficult to see road signs, signals, road markings, other vehicles, or even pedestrians crossing the street. Following a stroke, the survivor may have difficulty judging distance of other cars, signals, signs, and even those pedestrians. It may also be difficult to judge the speed of your vehicle and others. Driving at certain times of the day could also be challenging due to the low light or the glare of the sun or other cars' headlights. Since stroke occurs in the brain, many cognitive functions can be affected after a stroke. A survivor of stroke may experience changes in their reaction time, their impulse control, their ability to concentrate for long periods of time, and their memory. These are all important aspects to take into consideration before getting behind the wheel of a vehicle. If you have experienced a stroke and are interested in driving, then you should look into driving therapy with a certified driving specialist. In order to see a driving therapist, you must obtain a doctor's order or note and have a current driving permit or license. During the initial driving evaluation, an occupational therapist will administer comprehensive driving assessments, which will include cognitive, physical, and visual tests, knowledge of traffic rules and regulations, and an on-the-road driving assessment to test the driver's skills. This initial evaluation often takes about 3 to 4 hours, with the on-the-road driving portion lasting about 60 to 90 minutes. The primary purpose of conducting these driving evaluations is to determine the survivor's ability to safely engage in driving. A driving evaluation will typically cost about $450 and is an out-of-pocket expense. Following the initial evaluation, the driving therapist can recommend that the stroke survivor resume driving with no restrictions, resume with restrictions and/or adaptive equipment, driving training, or a discontinuation of driving altogether. If you're recommended for driver's training, the therapist may work with you for 1 to 2 hours per session on the use of adaptive equipment, such as a spinner knob to help with steering, or a left foot accelerator for people who have weakness in the right leg. They may also work on visual strategies, improving driving skills and habits, and map reading and GPS using. Driving training is also an out-of-pocket expense and costs approximately $90 per hour. There are a few places in the Kansas City area to get a driving evaluation, therapy, or driver's training following your stroke. You can contact your doctor or the facility directly if you are interested in a referral and have a goal of getting back to driving. The places in our area include Ability KC, St. Luke's Hospital, the University of Kansas Driving Center, North Kansas City Hospital, and Avenues of Driving Rehabilitation Program, which is located in the Mid-America Rehabilitation Hospital. If you don't feel comfortable driving, or a physician or driving specialist has determined that it is unsafe for you to drive, there are other transportation options available. You can always ask a friend, family member, or caregiver to take you where you need to go. Depending on where you live in the Kansas City area, there are some volunteer, senior, and other transportation services available, such as Ability Transportation and area agencies on aging that can provide free or discounted rates on transportation services. Uber, Lyft, and taxis are also a great option that you can access via calling or through the internet. There is also public transportation, such as buses and trains in the area, that can help you to get from one place to another. If you are interested in additional information, Hannah Wise, an occupational therapy student who did her fieldwork at the American Stroke Foundation, created a great video on other accessible transportation options in the Kansas City area. You can find this video on the American Stroke Foundation website or their YouTube page. Here are the resources that I used for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it and learned more about returning to driving after surviving a stroke.